Hey, welcome back to Ashley's Barbecue. Today we're going to be cooking up a hamburger steak, smothered in a little mushroom onion gravy. And we're going to be cooking it up in this old antique Erie skillet. It's going to be fun. We'll be right back. We're going to be using some frozen beef patties today, because today's cook is going to be kind of quick and whatever we have on hand. These are from Sam's, 100% Angus beef burgers, but they're frozen, solid as a rock. We're going to go ahead and warm it up to medium heat. Let it get warmed up real good. While it's warming, I'm going to go ahead and chop up some onions and get me some cream of mushroom soup, which I'm going to use to help make the gravy. We're just going to throw in a little splash of canola oil. Let that oil get warmed up and we'll throw the patties in. We're going to be seasoning the patties with some of this Tex-Q rub from Lou Castro right down here in Brownsville, just about 60 miles away from me. This is going to be his 956 formulation. Really good rub. We're going to sear them pretty good on both sides. Let the temperature come up. Don't want them completely done. We'll let them finish cooking in the gravy. All right, we got about 140 degrees. That one's almost done. It's a little too far. Well, we got to take an average here, so that's good enough because they'll finish cooking in the mushroom gravy, mushroom onion gravy. I'm going to pick them up. Looks good. Soften up the onions just a little bit. For the gravy, you can add the flour in on top of the onions, but I just find it easier to work with the flour if I pick up the onions, so that's what I'm going to do. Now, we don't have much oil left in the pan, so I'm going to put in a couple of tablespoons of oil. And I'm going to match it 1 for 1 with the flour. 2 tablespoons of flour. Don't walk away from it very long. You don't want it to burn, but we don't have the heat up real high. That's just about dark enough for me. But that cream of mushroom soup's going to lighten the color up quite a bit. But you can see the roux here has a nice, not a dark roux, it's just a nice penny color sort of. All right. Now to stop it from browning, we're just going to add some warm water. Turn the heat down a little bit, let it just kind of simmer. A little more water. Every time you add water, make sure you bring it back to a boil and let it simmer. Otherwise, it doesn't thicken back up again. Bring my heat up, bring it back to a good little simmer / boil, and then turn it down and let it simmer again. Now we're going to add some cream of mushroom soup. Again, it's going to be a quick and easy recipe. I don't have any fresh mushrooms. If you're wondering why I didn't use fresh, that's why. We'll go ahead and put all that soup in there. I love cream of mushroom soup. All right. I like to add the cream of mushroom soup before I do my final thinning with water, so I can see about how much that mushroom soup's going to thicken it up. And it's quite a bit, so we're going to need some more water. Now we also need our seasonings. We're not going to put any salt in this because we're going to use some Norris chicken bouillon, which is very salty, and that's going to be our salt content. I also love lots of black pepper in my gravy. This is kind of a coarse grind. Now I'm going to turn the temperature up and what? Bring it back to a boil. Every time we add water, we bring it back to a boil, then reduce it to a simmer. Go ahead and add some of this Norris caldo de pollo. It's just a chicken bouillon. I'll do about 2 slightly rounded teaspoons. Get it stirred in, let it dissolve and mix in there, get it happy, and then we'll taste it and see if it needs any more salt. If we do, we'll add just a little more bouillon. You could also add beef bouillon, but even in beef dishes, I like to use chicken bouillon. So there, we're back to a boil. We got all the fond scraped off the bottom of the pan. It's all up in there. You see all those flakes of good, tasty goodness. That's a pretty good simmer right there. So I'm going to turn the temperature down again to medium, between medium and medium low. And let's see what it tastes like. Oh, that's so good. Now we'll get the burger patties back in there. Every now and then I'll kind of push it around, make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom. $160, $160 plus. We're good to go. You can plate this up on a bed of rice, on some mashed potatoes. I'm just going to plate it up on some wheat, honey wheat bread. There we go. Ready for lunch. Done all the way through. Looking so delicious. There you go, quick and easy hamburger steak with kind of a cream of mushroom / onion gravy. Quick, easy. Plated it up on a little light bread, like an open face burger, so to speak. And let's see how it is. Well, I hate to be rude, but I'm going to cut this short because I'm going to eat. That's delicious. It really is. Give it a try. Just goes to show. Oh, those Sam's Angus burgers, they're not packy. They're not hard. They fry up really nice. Give them a try. 100% Angus from Sam's. Thanks for joining us today. We hope y'all enjoyed it. Maybe picked up a tip. If you click like, share, subscribe if you're not. And we'll catch y'all later on down the road for the next episode of Rashley's Barbecue. Adios.